Well, how much fun was that, Keandre?
I can tell you right now, there's a lot of smiles in the locker room. We stuck to the game plan, did what we wanted to do and needed to do to win this game. So overall, really happy.
And again, you're playing against a team that's two-time champs, all that went in. I thought your poise over the course of the game was wonderful.
Yeah, it was good. Obviously, we had a game plan like I was talking about. I think that, sticking to that and kind of sticking to what we know best is the key to success. I mean, we've shown what we can do all year, so I think just sticking to our game plan and keeping it simple.
Now, you're year two into the Trouba-Miller combination. Just speak about your partner.
I can't say enough good things about Troubs. He's took me under his wing day one. Has been almost like a big brother to me. So I think I don't know, a lot actually. He's been great though. Kind of showing me the road, and yeah, he's been great.
And listen, that feeling from the outside seems to be consistent though through your club. And I know winning helps, but boy, there's a special vibe, right?
Yeah, absolutely. I think we have a good mix of the kids and then some of the vets who have been around the league, and obviously we're always helping us out through the ups and downs, especially playoffs. So I think we have a really good group here going into Tampa.
And again, you've two games against the defending Cup champs. What have you seen from them that you have to be a little bit concerned about moving forward?
Yeah, I think obviously there's things to clean up. I think we did a good job of closing quick in our D zone tonight. I think if we can do that in Tampa, we'll really limit their success. And the other part of that is taking away Vasilevsky's eyes. Obviously, he's a really good goalie. You just got to make it difficult on him and make sure he can't see every puck.
How much fun was that scoring?
I mean, I'm happy about it. It was awesome.
I thought you did a great job staying with the first shot that got blocked. So, again, so you head to Tampa tomorrow, and I guess you might as well, like I said before, you rinse and do it again.
Yeah, get some rest tonight and get back at it.
Great job. Keep up the good work,
Thank
man.
you. Appreciate it.
You know, limiting them, especially in the first two periods, you know, we didn't make too many mistakes that we were able to fuel them, and, you know, did a good job playing from the middle out and fueling our transition. So, you know, when we needed those big saves at the end, we got them as usual, but I thought throughout the game we did a good job of limiting their chances.
Adam, do you feel like there's a little more room to operate up the ice than maybe you expected these two games?
Yeah, I don't know. It's, you know, obviously teams play a little different systems. They play different than Carolina, so, you know, maybe it might feel that way, but, again, they got a lot of guys who are dangerous, so you don't want to, you know, think you got space and then turn one over in the neutral zone and they're going the other way. So, yeah, it might be a little bit of room, but at the same time, they got a lot of dangerous players, so you got to be, you know, careful about picking your spots too.
Front left. Adam, can you talk about what you saw on the pass to Capo, and as a second question, the kind of game that Jacob had tonight?
Yeah, I you know, laughed at the post there, and then it was kind of a little broken play, and Phil made a great pass to me, and just tried to, you know, get that defenseman to move out of the lane a little bit, and you know, a great tip by Capo there, and then, you know, for Troubs, he's brings the same game, you know, what you're getting every night. You know, he's going to throw his body, he's going to block shots, he's going to, you know, play a big, strong game, and he does it every night. We know what we're getting out of him. It's no surprise, and like I said last series, it wears guys down. You know, guys want to be able to move and create space, and he doesn't let you do that. So, you know, obviously been a great player for us, and obviously a huge leader back there too.
Left side, second row.
Adam, this is for you too. I know you're in it, so it's hard to maybe see what the outside is, but you guys just did something that 10 other teams in the playoffs haven't been able to do, which is beat this team 2 times in a row. You have won 8 in a row here, 4 in a row overall. There's a lot of talk about what you guys are doing right now. Do you appreciate that, and do you even realize that, what you guys are doing in terms of turning heads around the league?
I mean, I guess you know, we heard all year that, you know, wasn't really going to have playoff success, and we've said it all year. The belief in the room is high, and you know, the outside opinions isn't really affecting anyone. You know, like you said, coming down from down 3-1, down 2-0, and you know, this team obviously had a good playoff streak of not losing back-to-back games, but you know, that's not really in our minds when we're coming to the games. We're not thinking about what streaks teams have or how they done earlier. It's, right now, and, we're just trying to bring it day in and day out. And, the guys in those room believe in each other. And, I don't think the outside noise or any perceptions of our team really affects our mindset going into the games.
Back left, Andrew.
Hey, Igor, that after they made it 3-2, what was that last, whatever it was of the game like for you and your teammates, and what was key to keeping them from scoring that tying goal?
Когда счет стал 3-2, нужно было просто уверенно отобороняться, где-то заблокировать, где-то поймать шайбу, вывести из зоны. Я верил в каждого из ребят, кто выходил на площадку, и я верил в то, что мы сможем одержать победу.
When the score became 3-2, we just knew we had to put out a solid defense, keep blocking the puck, and I just believed in the guys, and we all kept working together to keep the score at 3-2.
Front right, Molly.
Adam, do you feel like the belief in the room, do you feel it growing stronger game by game, or has it been the exact same all season long?
I'd like to say it's been the same, but obviously when you win series, you beat good teams, I think you gain a little bit of confidence. I think you could see, just how guys are playing. They're playing more confident, and I think everyone's, learning along the way. Adjusting to playoff hockey for some of the younger players, myself included. And I think with each game we get more confident, and I think the belief's definitely been high. But whenever you win series or beat a good team, I think you carry that confidence over a little bit too.
And just what have you made of what Phil, Alexi, and Capo have been able to do this playoffs?
Yeah, I mean, we said from the start it's gonna take everyone. It's you can't win with one or two guys, every night, because that's not gonna happen. And those guys have really stepped up and produced. And for them to like I said, be gaining confidence and producing as well, it's huge for us. And we have a lot of faith when they're on the ice, and they're really skilled players, but they're committing to doing the little things, and they're playing real hard, and it's obviously good for our team as well.
Back left, standing up.
Adam, what's the level of excitement on the team being up 2-0 in the final and 2 wins away from the finals?
Yeah, I think it's real exciting, but we were on the other side of it when we were down 2-0, so I think it's a good lesson for us not to take our foot off the gas. Going on the road here is obviously a challenge to a team that has a lot of success in the playoffs the past few years, and but I think like I said, we're learning along the way, and I think we've done a better job of playing on the road as the playoffs have gone along. So I think it's important for us to just carry how we've been playing here on the road, and obviously try and bring the same style of hockey.
We'll do a few more. Front left.
Adam, are there certain nights where you feel like you have the puck on a string more than others, or maybe you're seeing the ice better than others, or is that more of something that we think about maybe more than you do? And then for Igor, just if you could describe what it's like watching Adam play from your perspective.
I think you try and play the same way every night. I think I guess maybe outside perspectives might see how I play differently, but I mean, sometimes you're going to be able to make plays, sometimes you're not. It's just how the game goes. I think sometimes the puck is bouncing for you, or lanes are opening up, or sometimes they're just not. I think for myself, just trying to make an impact. You're not going to be able to set a guy up backdoor every game or do something every game, but making an impact, and whether it be playing against the other team's guys and trying to slow them down, sometimes that's what it's going to be. But definitely there's some games where you get the confidence early on and kind of go with that, but it's not going to be every night for sure.